the Sports Park on Max FM 89.7. Still to come, we talk about the Euros, we talk about the Copa America, and we talk about the Wimbledon champion. This morning, there's a game between Emma Raducanu on it, Mertens, and the boy on it, Elise Mertens, round 2. Akensia Ebaso Nano Pay into Shannon Emma Raducanu, and Edru so say and then so obeko court no so ni akohwe de obetimi I but there's some good news for Novak Djokovic o si nani age papa anche bia o enokoye surgery na okoye surgery no na onye den ontimi enwini game bia na we winning the first game since oye ni knee surgery no na inkunimde a onyaye no oni abrante efa na Victor Kopriva ene di bomu a on center quarter ochano 6-1 6-2 say opposite o equal Roger Federer the men's record of 18 single titles at SW19 no yenhwe enim say ebetimi abama wom nyina person make record Wimbledon na Roger Federer ena ene okita ena Djokovic ehwe enim say obetimi equal Federer ne Wimbledon exploits na nti ehwe enim say ebetimi abaso. Now, Andrei Rublev, also one of the biggest casualties, Francisco Comisana, also Eddie Nechika from Argentina in Umuadio, or the Andrei Rublev Chikaf. It was a tight game, but he was able to win in the end 6-4, 5-7, 6-2, 7-6, 7-5. And Abrante Francisco Comisana, what the Andrei Rublev etimi account form. Abrante Bakwa, one also. Eddie Nkunim yefrano Giovanni Mteshi wono Eddie Sebastian Koda esusu echi eka form na Alexander Zverev wono de wono Eddie Nkunim 3 straight sets eno wini one Roberto Cabales Baina 6-2 6-4 6-2 ena Alexander Zverev etmidi Nkunim Hubert Hurkacz wono sini Moldova ni abrante fena Radu Albert edibomu olusu first set by 5-7 okonim ko win by 6-4 6-3 6-4 ena okone ni manesa Alex Dimina woni James Duckworth esudi bomu a Alex Dimina wono edi Nkunim Wimbledon ne de ekosuna ne de ewo se otinyina ebro. Finally Stefanos Tsitsipas wono su edi Nkunim Japan ni abrante fana Daniel Taro edi Nkugo ewo Tsitsipas ensano a ene wokona ni manesa Helga Rune esu progresse woni Korea ni efeno Kunsun Wu ene di bomo 6-1 6-4 6-4. Some news you can use from the Wimbledon if you're a tennis fan. 9:38. Time to talk about the Euros and the Copa America. Na Copa America baso Euros baso na Copa America matches a baso na Copa America. Brazil and Colombia ebo 1-1. Abrantia your friend Munoz and Shema Colombia and Brazil Rafina no di kan to atena kra and Munoz ebete kano Emma Boboko Colombia. So that's how it ended yesterday 1-1 between the Seleção and Colombia. Paraguay eso elusu 2-1 to Costa Rica. This is the group standings. In group D, Brazil at the second. Womune Colombia and a group Colombia were first. You know what that means? Brazil ebeshia Uruguay in the next stage of the Copa America. And no other Brazil for no adwin say the man is no mkwakoshia all right, but Argentina have their job almost well cut out for them. Argentina will play against Ecuador. Now Brazil and Colombia so at the Abumu. Then there's Colombia, Panama, Venezuela, Estonia, Canada. In the quarterfinals of the Copa America, saying it here, Argentina, Ecuador, Venezuela, Canada, Colombia versus Panama, and Uruguay and Brazil. That's a tough one. Uruguay, Brazil on any day is a blockbuster. Let's move on to the Euros. Okay? All right. So, and our match is about so Euros no say and our results no etimi ekoye. Austria elusu 2-1 to Turkey. Turkey made history by becoming, this generation, became the first Turkish national team almost qualified to the quarterfinals of the Euros since 2008. Abrantia friend Demiral or no and share goals ni edema Turkey. Abrantia friend Grigoric Ashebako at the Ama Austria. So Turkey are through to the quarterfinals, interestingly. Netherlands, Ketsi, Cody Gakpo, and Abrantia Marlin. One more NSA goals noon at my Netherlands are winning by 3-0 against Boboku. Romania. Romania began the tournament very well. Romania for Ukraine show in Fitiasiano. Yes, I'm going for number on So Daniel Marlin scored twice from the bench after Sobe Steven Bergwijn and then Freemo. So Netherlands are also through to the next stage of the Euros. Euros no so they say it is settled. Omo Asia kind or Euros quarterfinals of the 2024 Euros. I am Max FM 89.7. Spain and Germany, Portugal and France, interesting perhaps in the Euros. England, Switzerland, Netherlands and Turkey. These are the fixtures in the Europe 2024 quarterfinals. Germany, Spain, Portugal, France, England, Switzerland, Netherlands, Turkey. 42 minutes past 9. Your WhatsApp line is 050 63 67 196. Good morning, Nani Edu.
Good morning, Nana Darkwa Gyasi.
Yes, sir.
Adomarakwa.
For God and country.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Story.
Yeah. I'm told Arsenal are showing interest in Calafiori.
Nana, he was the revelation for the Italian national team squad, the Bar Euros. A left-footed central defender. A 2-year there, Otumisa Subo as a typical left back. Seoul is they say, oh, but the back three, or prefer the left side of the central defense. And a position be after Giorgio Cellini, every one. Nipa obese Italian national team one obo. Alessandro Bastoni. And then on my Italy, Asan Benya, another left-footed central defender, or called the next level. And I think say, may you be happy about Luciano Spalletti staying, all because obeying opportunity about a young squatter. A bit to my boy, more than 2 years' time, probably Italy may qualify for the World Cup. Because the last 2 editions, Italy my name to man qualify. Russia and of course Qatar. Italy couldn't qualify. In between number Euros needed. But the World Cup, no. And almost a young players like this, when they come to Italian football, you'll be an open Italian gamer, you'll be happy because Namakwa the Italy national team now. A bomb in the national team and the players be able to pay. They have their difficulties. On my Italy, more problems. Because the big clubs never Italy no. Italian players and dominating. So another major problem in recent times, Kaka. But it's good to say, Obenya Calafiori, a left-footed central defender, and I think say you help the Italian national team. Now this report na Efri Nehoba report I made to say Bologna will still academy. Mo say head coach Nico Juventus.
Yeah.
Thiago Motta. And Omaka president, I am ready to say Obi only any region around 50 million euros. Babano, Obet major player and Monaco. The reason why I pay 50 million euros, they say FC Basel, I was Salon crossing the deal. And it's up to about 50%. So I'm talking California, man, they call any other team. And it's all man good money for my player. What continue the day? I will hero saber. Oh, yeah, left-footed central defender, and they continue believe in total football. No, any one of these defenders in their books, I am not pay. So me one person now, my person who the next stage of this young central defender. In 2021, famous interview with Dalio de los Sport. Or can I say, the major aim when we are sure by say about in the Premier League. And report and say Bologna for are ready to do any business with any Italian team. Because Bologna for no what say in Pempenso we do last season in the Serie A. They can also challenge for the Serie A title because almost defy all us and qualify for Champions League over Italy.
Yeah.
With Thiago Motta. It is almost just some of their best players. I don't think a German and Italian team normally competing.
Motta dia ko e masokno yu bi.
Oh, there's an akwe. But only thing that Motta dia no ofri ho no okọ a big Italian side.
Say Black Leopard nso esusin nso acheman wana.
Black Leopard they purely is business. Sika. Others because I feel now about the Premier League, the PSL.
Nso acheman susin.
What dia okobo Confederation Cup meeting. Na dadiem ra.
Masisama.
Nzana situation is here.
Right.
And can for agree deal with Juventus. By club the MP Juventus move no. They prefer and reporter met and say Arsenal and Chelsea are forward. Arsenal deal no interest because Arsenal were chance to sell Jacob Kiwior to AC Milan. And reporter met and say Arsenal could get around 30 million euros for Kiwior. So if Kiwior could move to AC Milan, it means out of the two left-footed central defenders at Arsenal, I can only get my highest. So if only they can get California, Omanya a good left-footed central defender who can also play as a left back, who can also play but the back today as a left-sided central defender. Inti on your bad player, menya go movie outside England. Ne born over wo Euros ne any elite clubs in Europe, any that central defender, or many quality defender, but one more course, no more quack on so, but person who are in progress in the the born a man who's all born and another car. He's not a bad player. Quality center backer. Wow, Benyani Biano. Like I say, when you're a quality center back, but Masaso as a left sided defender or a left back. And to make sure the progress and how I basically Esiapo now born the carrier.
All right, boss.
Chukwemeka.
Unimbosa. Let's see Milan so mpe. Anyanya Milan am kan no.
Also in recent times about 2 or 3 players bia. Enko yemfe mom wo Chelsea omo Dani omo kakra no.
Na Chukwemeka ne master ne nyamba adwuma.
Milan age no. Fikayo Tamori
to the center back
to stick.
Yeah.
Any US ni no.
Pulisic.
Christian Pulisic. All these 3 players every Chelsea. It looks like
Milan provides a better home for
so after what point I'm making, I say.
They should be so some fancy.
And no see another problem. Kakrana me who Chukwemeka ho no onye bad players ah. Imagine him say level na Chelsea pass okono. Na eburu Chukwemeka so. Enti onye up and coming team bi. Team aye less pressure. And also the squad that work Chelsea in the Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia Nemai, Gallagher. And still, we are willing to sign additional quality midfielders. No, Chukwemeka playing time very difficult.
Oh, Milan, oh.
I Chelsea. And I'll be happy for him to move on.
Na Milan de Okobe Bubi.
Or but make a case for himself
to walk into the first team.
He can get a playing time there.
Okay.
Main guarantee the starting place.
Right.
But Obenya playing time there. Because of the squad. I want Milan this time. So Chukwemeka is not a bad player. I'm just looking at how the progress in the Siako Edia Momo. So Liverpool person call the next level. No matter challenge Arsenal, any city for the Premier League title. Yeah. Many of my arguments say the team need to go beyond Nat Phillips. Nat Phillips level on the Overhampton Wanderers be. Nottingham Hotspur be. What I say? Ebi a Brighton and whole Sabia no crown Louis Dunk and hike Monabed in the Amano. Inti they need to move forward from these defenders need to be more normal course in Ecosri at the moment. Nana. I remember the Copa America because Ohana attention the question even though they were interested in Joshua Kamech, the late and Marcos was for the story but I Copa America kaka. And may emphatic what has said the best result for that game will end in a draw.
I think you are emphatic about
yes. That. The reason being, why won't share Colombia national team in recent times? No, you may narrate them. Oko South America CCR. Aside Argentina winning the last Copa, no Mosambe we need a World Cup. Uli Omufu the next informed team. I was South America. Hey, Uruguay.
I see Brazil for new.
Uruguay for the free one. The next one, hey, Colombia.
So many Omukwako.
Yes. So that means say Brazil and to me say Colombia.
If Brazil are top the group, you
yes.
know Brazil's
opponents, they will avoid Uruguay.
They would have played Panama.
But when to men winning and Ra ending a 1-1 draw, no, they are going to face Uruguay. I'll come there. And Ra in the first half was the best game. Vinicius Junior Wabo and their mother Celesao. In the first 45 minutes, the best game of Wabo. Constantly running on the full bus. Flex tricks throughout the game. And making sure say Ebwa the Brazilian team. But there was no show in the second half. And to who say and Ra, wow, was the first 45 minutes in the BBR. The best game of Vinicius Junior when you're in the jersey of the Brazilian national team was yesterday. I am say their next stage is against Marcelo Bielsa's Uruguay. That is where my fear is. 100% hammy. And then I was just going through their team. Coach they prefer Marquinhos and that Militao partnership. And then we say FC Porto left back on Vandel.
Yeah.
Ever ball the left back row. Now still maintaining Danilo ahead of Couto. Because now before say going to the Copa America, now Couto from Girona, Mati say Man City other big teams air pen no. No go him. But prefer Danilo. Go for Gomez no. And of course Lucas Paqueta. And as I said, their team was not bad. Rafinha from the right, Vinicius Junior from the left, Rodrigo Goes up front. You know, that number 9 typical center forward role now ending the Brazilian national team no, is their major problem. So if things doesn't work for the attacking midfielders, that is where Brazil national team they struggle. Brazil in recent times actually say they are struggling for a typical number 9 because now do any shema. In the last 20 years, after Ronaldo, you will Luis Fabiano, you will Fred. I'm going to play by love.
Yeah, Wagner love.
A free honor. Roberto Firmino in your typical center forward. Or you're forward, but not typical center forward. Gabriel Jesus is not a typical center forward. Of course, in recent times, no, a typical number 9. That Ellen Haaland, Hurricane, that type of number 9, no, and lacking in the Brazilian national team. And it's one of their major problems in the national team. But that is their major problem when it comes to their national team. I think say they should watch out to almost start in the league now. And most of these players, no, I'm paying enough before they come to Europe. And the major reason why I affected the Brazilian national team. In first, in Copa America like this, no, you will see a revelation in this tournament. I will be able to the Brazilian national team. But in recent time, the story is different. So before say Brazil for and working on that, maybe going for the bit more. 24 games unbeaten for Colombia. So it tells you they are form of war. When they met Brazil in 2014, how much were they was for the man of match? And we had the same story. And also our team now, coach is going to blend some young players be muti. Like the Munes, no, they'll say go on right back. And Rami who never say Sanchez, former Ayas, former Tottenham Space, he was in the team. On your opportunity to Bobby. Me who Sanchez in the midfield. only opportunity for Bobby Edema the Colombian national team. Me James Rodriguez will get the man of the match. And your own, me for say, as it stands now, no, the new guy origin in Colombia, Luis Diaz of Liverpool, operating from the left side of the midfield. Now James is operating from the right side or cutting in anymore. And I thought say the Colombia team was stronger. Brazil for no. And to my hand more eventually no. Brazil their next game in the quarterfinal is against Uruguay and the Marcelo Bielsa. And unfortunately, but Nana game didn't do what yet. But if Brazil to me qualify this test, to me Uruguay for free man, maybe to say they can win the tournament. Because my favorite to be in the final.
Argentina, they won't check in, sir. My
favorite to be in the final is Argentina Uruguay. And I'm going to be able to final, be able to magic. Argentina problem, they say, they don't score more goals, but they don't concede two. So it means less goals, but we are not conceding. That is Argentina's situation. In the Argentina have prepared Muye and the squad never World Cup. In fact, players are about tournament when you are players are about World Cup. Anya Molina at Tablafrico. Nebi Akuna Beshem. And then Lisandro Martinez ever replace Otamendi in the central defense. Not still maintaining Cristiano Romero. Player na me still me force so call Real Madrid no. Sa player no.
Center back.
Center back no. Quality player. Indeed, there is no major change. In the first game, Leandro Paredes, Enzo Fernandez are in the position. No partner McAllister. So it tells us that Argentina there, I'll be surprised so much to make it to the final.
Right.
The only thing about Mahano here, either he's facing Colombia or Uruguay.
All right.
But I first say quarterfinal game Brazil and Uruguay will be a game to watch. Marcelo Bielsa against this current Brazilian team is a top game. Just quick one. Netherlands for no, something is working for them, Nana. Team be a Manchester, how much super brave. By this tournament, something is working for them. And I first say, I no guide you when no mutumia that 3 goals no. My own colleague post scoring, and Malen ever said that 2 goals and a more. Malen no ever in the second half because me who say or started colleague from the left. Now Belgium any opportunity Bobby. So me Jeremy Frimpong was dropped to the bench. Go coach not prefer the back 4. So I prefer Dumfries, Mattia De Ligt, Virgil van Dijk. That was the heart of the central defense. So the Dutch team look okay, but I'm lacking something. But the goals are coming for Wanakoma. So it was a 3-0 win. It's a good win for Netherlands team. And that match, but I'm a surprise kakra because of what Rafranek in the group stage. No, a match of equals. But after Turkey for they said that 2 goals, no, I'm Kai. As a matter of Rafranek. But they've done well. Actually, the most important thing is say, Omotumbobo do something. So something is working for Turkey. What's say since 2008? Omotumbo qualify and quarterfinal stage of the Euros.
Debbie, so Tedesco has done a great job.
Okay, so their key man or buy into the team of the year and the team of the tournament was Alton Top.
Alton Top, yeah.
Moving from Germany to Spain. Make us start famous here, no. Xavi Hernandez, Marcos Senna. They were key players for the Spanish national team in no.
Vincenzo Montella.
Yes, okay, no.
Ejuma or did take a team here na mpesa meshe.
Absolutely. We're coaching at the top level.
Yeah.
In the other Guillermo, and those players extra in the history book of Turkish football. Adia Alton Top, Mubaya Nimbribia, and to man swab for winning the Euros. No, maybe these people may do well.
Right.
Now, the quarterfinal stage for Turkey, I think they've done another.
10 a.m. is the time on 89.7 Max FM. Thank you very much, Monsieur Nanedu, for your brilliant submission. Also, Betima joining in. Our WhatsApp is active and it's on 050-6367-196. Ubetimi Ashen live on Facebook. You like and you also share. Your messages can also come through on Facebook. A reminder that our YouTube channel is equally active. The Star Boy, Mutala Yakubu.
Nana,
Odisheba.
good morning.
Morning.
Nana, do you did it to set Turkey for now? What have they done? I mean, then on my own tournament, Yes, they've gotten to the quarterfinal.
But here's the team that lost. Take almost first match.
Yeah, they lost their opening game against Poland. Poland shared 2-1.
I think they won against Georgia.
No, Owini against
against Georgia.
That was the 3-1 win. Olusu against Portugal.
If we anyone winning game beyond till yesterday, right?
No, Owini against Czech Republic.
Okay.
They beat Czech Republic by 2-1.
6 points.
Yes, 2-1. Portugal shared 3-1. I mean, we share countries on Mabona. Oh, apart from Portugal, any other.
But they do they exaggerate.
Oh yes, I mean, Omana Yumubi to say Turkey have played one of the best footballs. They've not met any team apart from Portugal. Tournament today, they have quarterfinal and they have you. Honey, you separate the boys from the men. Right. But I like the Turkey team. I like certain players in the Turkey team. Obi to say Hakan Chan Hogle now Amobi because of accumulation of cars. Adagule. Nana, he gave us a glimpse of what he's made of at Real Madrid.
I will say it's time Ancelotti allows him to play.
And the NC. Na Brahim Diaz no Bobby. Nana dupa. Oh, Brahim Diaz mo your bench player. Oh, I say as you talk about baby. Na etidwema na ekasa. Na me na me the backup we say me ba be shawai. We mommy nyebi also say me ba show. Brahim Diaz doesn't play. So Adegula now boni di no or to Brahim and ekasa bench no so to Brahim Diaz. When the pecking order comes, he will be ahead of Brahim Diaz, but no, with the Kylian Mbappe, with what's the name? Rodrigo and Vinicius Junior, it will be extremely difficult for him to start games.
Right.
But Ancelotti has a way of rotating the squad. That's so every player gets at least a 30% chance to play games. I mean, there are so many games for Hoduma on board Rodrigo, on board Vinicius, Obama Adagule more Abo. So I meand they have a lot of prospects in that Turkey team. I like their team. Bona or Mobona, but Enchiri Subiana, no do you say no. Enchiri Subia. Nana,
yeah, Kwesi.
Metisana Neduka Califuri Asem.
Yeah,
it will be extremely unwise.
So be free
for him to leave Italy, not Bologna, right. To leave Italy at 22, having your best season with Bologna last season, and having an equally good tournament with Italy, and leaving Italy thinking that you're already made. So, call England, did Chelsea, Arsenal, no, it will be extremely unwise on his part to do that.
Only 30 years.
Only
30 years.
More need 30 answer. He should build himself more in the Italian league. Okay. You know the history of Italian players.
Yeah.
Can I not create too? Because the system you build your more. The block on which they were built. They are always homesick. Balotelli Bessie or Man City, he was homesick. Obi Otimi Pizza, I was shop do England. Or si Pizza and taste it, said they were in Italy. No, I play. Private jet, so I got Pizza, Italy, no, about do England. They are always homesick. They find it difficult. Isaac Cannavaro, when Cannavaro left Juventus and went to Real Madrid, he never blossomed again. Because they are always homesick. But for Caliafori, Nana, a young Italian player, when you a good season with Bologna, his coach was Thiago Motta. Thiago Motta moves to Juventus. Now Thiago Motta tells Juventus the hierarchy. So I want Caliafori.
They'll go for him.
Oshe Juventus defensive setup now. Apart from Bremen, Omo Makani na gati money at the end rotate omo. There's a huge there's a 99.99% chance that Caliafori will start every game at Juventus. There's a 99% chance. So I'll start game here at Juventus. And Nana, because he's Italian. Na maybe a first season they would have that patience and time for him to blossom because I'm only dada. Yeah. Now you won't get that time and patience when you move out of Italy and play for some of the biggest clubs in England. Obejina Arsenal team nim abebo ntebe ball baako. Because the level there no different. And you being a foreigner no, they won't have that patience for you. The media will power pressure on Arteta. You be US in China and the Gabriel Abeshebu. Same at Chelsea crowd a whole crowd a horse and crowd me pesa meka. A wasn't put them Pesabeka yet to play and it's not Atobia Babashana Nino. I remember the likes of Weibo Babak, what's the name? Wesley Fofana. Disasi ewo honom, but they show a left-footed centre back on so all these players were bought there. Omunyina da so honom. Thiago Silva there oko. Even Chalobah is still around.
And the black guy from Fulham.
Yes, Tosin Adrabayo. But no problem. You can go in there and get into the team. But I'm saying, say, at age 22, he still has a lot to learn to his game. Kaliafori, no, oh, you're good. But on me, sir, he's not an elite defender. My entire man yet to say he's one of the best centre backs in the world. He's having a good season. On me, sir, I would do everything possible to go to Juventus. And Juventus could be a step forward for him to get to the very best. That is Real Madrid someday. If he has a good season with Juventus. And there's a huge probability with Juventus, at least you get a trophy, you get the recognition. You will still get that home support. You will still have that time to blossom as a player. The only thing I am a Bologna person beton player and I'm a Juventus is money.
Yeah.
Because Barcelona has a 50% stake in there. It will turn Juventus cash Obama 40 million. Ultimo 50% the amount Barcelona. You are giving them around 20 million. And on the only thing. But Nana, so what share Juventus and their structure in terms of acquiring players? They always find a way of bringing players in, especially Italian players. I wouldn't be surprised Juventus will put in an installment plan. So maybe we'll pay the money in 3 installments. Maybe I have 60 or 70 million for Caliafori. First installment, maybe you have 40. Second, maybe you have 20. Maybe a last one, maybe you have 10. But now, I would walk straight to Juventus and I won't look at Arsenal. I won't look at Chelsea. Because the pressures there, no. Obana and far as a 22-year-old or 25 being what Ben maybe when you 2 stellar seasons be Italy and or the free Chelsea they are fine. Or the free Arsenal they are fine. But for be when you 1 good season in Italy when you move from Barcelona now we move inside you repel. Nana. The only thing I'm Inter still have the likes of Bastoni, Divrai, Acerbi, Munina, Edaso Honum. So it looks like Juventus it is there for the taking. Okwanana, Obese team straight, he will slot into the team and play.
Wow.
For me, I am looking at his development and progress. That is why I am not in favor of a move to either Chelsea or Arsenal. Because the pressures there are different. Or as an Italian, almost sometimes it takes them a long time to adapt. We share the history of the Italians in the Premier League. Even in recent times, the likes of Jorginho, it takes them time to adapt. Even Gianfranco Zola can say when he came to England, everything was totally different. It took him some time to adapt. And also, it is because of the doctrine they have in Italy. It takes about what Chelsea and Arsenal have that patience for you. No. It's a Juventus. You are only 22 years. Juve is equally a big club. Over Champions League. We're competing for the Serie A. Intermediate on now. Now, there's one move that I am excited about. I don't know, but I am excited. Say, Abrante Nibinya that opportunity. Martins De Ligt to Manchester United. Yes, it's so funny. Agent is not talking to Paris Saint-Germain because Abrante na catcher and say, Opesoko United to play under his former manager, Erik ten Hag. And I'm sure he sees that gap, that opportunity at Manchester United that he wants to slot in. Because one, say, Osha Manchester United centre back pair now. The only name I would to be Kataweni, Abose or no dear. Line up Nibedru and he didn't that so Lisandro Martinez. Fortunately for Martins De Ligt, Lisandro Martinez is a left-footed centre back.
That's right.
And to another Watosa left hand side of the centre back pair. No. So he's left with the right hand side of the centre back pair to compete. Rafael Varane has left the club. Lindelof doesn't look like he will be a starter at Manchester United anytime soon. The future of Harry Maguire is undecided. Even if it is decided, so Erik ten Hag and Manchester United have shown so many times that they do not trust Maguire to be a starter at the club. I'll make my rely on it. So that opportunity for Martins De Ligt to slot in, that is number one. Number two, the opportunity of working with his former boss. It was under Erik ten Hag that Martins De Ligt the team as a very young 19-year-old centre back and not Captain Ayas. what you do the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. It's track record no. I'm sure he will think say it is Eric Ten Hag that gave me my debut, that made me who I am. And to reuniting with him could reignite my career. Now ever since Matthias de Ligt left Ajax and joined Juventus, Juve, he never blossomed. Ne form ne tekoi na afi do prepra o debi mbo obeba na Bremen mu na ebo. He had to leave quickly and join Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, so he started well. He was playing with Upamecano. At a point, afi de no so epra abem na afi de epia Benjamin Pavard abehye center back. No onyebi mbo. Now Eric Dyer kra de sanko fa Eric Dyer free Tottenham Hotspur on loan no. Na afi de took kra mani mobi no tete bench. But Nana, guess what? He's just 24 years of age. Yeah. If we say he's still a young lad, just 24 years of age. So he still has so many years ahead of him to get back to the shape or the form that he was in at Ajax. No doubt, he's a fine player. Now you call a major tournament like Euros. Now, the Ligt is not even starting for Holland. Because he's not had games.
Yeah, at club side.
At club side. It's in the De Vrij, Matthias De Vrij. No kwa Inter Milan no so tete bench no ono ne Van Dijk and ebo. So the Ligt needs an environment that will reignite his career. And I think looking at all the top clubs now I think Manchester United is a perfect place for him because United will not be competing for the Premier League. They are not playing in the Champions League. They are trying to rebuild a new team. It's a honor with his former manager, he's guaranteed of playing time because we former manager na epewo obi anu na ye adwuma da na recommend say he needs you to be in, and that would be a good breathing ground for him as to whether he can cope with the pace of the Premier League and still get back to his form. Another story altogether. But I am super excited with what Manchester United have started doing under Ineos for with Jason Wilcox, Omar Beredi, and the coming of Dan Ashworth, and also who's a Christian Veveli so about Honum. Now they are trying to move away from the United tax. Also, the United tax be 2 players be so. United co-player be 1 year raise the price tag of the player. Called Jared Braithwaite, and Everton told them 70 million. United of old under Ed Woodward. Nana, they will pay that money for Jared Braithwaite without blinking an eye. But under Ineos, they feel say no, it is about time we turn a new leaf from our old ways of doing things. And no, they feel Jared Braithwaite is not worth 70 million pounds. Right. That is why they are going for a cheaper option. And even the cheaper option, I feel the cheaper option is more experienced and better than Jared Braithwaite. Right. Braithwaite has had just 1 good season with Everton. So going in for De Ligt to be a centre-back partner to Lisandro Martinez, I think it's a masterstroke if they can get that move over the line. Right. And then already I've heard they've started discussing having meetings with PSG. It will be a masterstroke. Imagine Manuel Ugarte and Kobe Menu in the middle because Casemiro is aging, and day in day out it looks like it looks like Casemiro may not stay at the club. Sana Mihuno say he may not stay at the club for next season. In Tebi Obeko, so Ugarte young, Kobe Menu young, picking up in the middle together with Bruno Fernandes. They can only build on that. Ultimately, the players they have been linked to this season, this summer, they look like players are or profile would suit what Manchester United want. Now Kit will be on the use.
Yes, sir.
And Rakwadi Gakpo impressed. He started tournament, a lot of people bashed him for not playing well, and he impressed, scoring 1, creating 1, and on your man Sobejini coming in. I mean, I really started praising this Dutch team when they played France. On that day, I thought France were going to run riots, but the kind of composure, Holland the ball game, that defensive discipline, they are doing with the ball game on that day, and I started respecting them, and I wasn't surprised. I mean, I never for once thought that Romania would cause them problems, despite the adventures of Romania so enya tournament. But I never thought they would cause them problems. So safe passage to the quarterfinal, good for them. Turkey, Austria, it was more of a game of equals. Oshe wɔn strength any the quality two sides in the one na baako deɛ nhyɛ da mmoro baako deɛ so saa. So I was always saying say it would be about who would take their chance, who would take their chances, and be winning this game. And fortunately for Turkey, those two good opportunities they better on Mary Demiral. He's a former Juventus player. Or says 2 goals in Edema or more. Austria Tobacco around the 65th minute, but they didn't have enough gas in the tank to go on and equalize because defensively, Turkey were solid.
Right.
And defensively they were solid. And I feel after their first game, Nana Womu goalkeeper, by in there, Manchester United number 2, no, is shaking, no, that decision to replace him, no, has been a good one.
The last save.
Yes, because it has brought some form of stability at the back. Because the goalkeeper is always part of the spine of the team. Turkey also in the quarterfinal, good. Copa America, Nana Mashema. Sene na nedu kan me ne ya adwen me woni se
Brazil betima win
no me woni se no me woni se team obetima ha Argentina pa
Uruguay
in the final would be Uruguay or no betima that Uruguay is the closest thing.
So what you're saying is that Uruguay will beat Brazil?
They could easily.
Wow.
They could easily. This Brazilian team.
Vinicius is not playing.
Vinicius is not playing because of our accumulation of yellow cards. And the Brazil team are Fulham for West Ham for able team no. Nana, prior to the start of the tournament, okay, I say Ronaldinho can say Brazil doesn't have quality. Be my Rafinha more able to be maneno. Yes, able to be maneno. Nana, that is the reality. It's a transitional period for Brazil. A two national team, every great national team. Nana na mekan history na me say hungry. Omanya players pe hungry. Yeah, team is and there's Sobo Slime. Omanya players and eburu Sobo Slime so many do finals Euros near the adio. Denmark, they've had a golden generation before. It's a team be to the golden generation. Just say Brazil, they know HAA. They had from like 1996 Omunya Dunga Mobe Femu any idea no to 2002 Omeje World Cup Ronaldo mo Omokoya be see around by 2012 2013 na still Omukita squad even 2014 come Fred Mobile finals but they still had a decent squad but then they Oshe Brazil Tino Pereira mo Enegum Newcastle for West Ham for I'm not saying they are not good players but Nana if you put them at par with some of the quality Brazil have had before. Nana Obo say we Mueha.
Brazil for Mueha.
Yes, and I don't think their coach is a good coach. I feel individual brilliance but rely on.
Wow.
They don't play as a unit. This Brazilian team doesn't play as a unit. But one thing I am happy about is that for the last 1 or 2 years now they play through Neymar. So everything good that Brazil did went through Neymar. But there seems to be some form of diversification. As a Rodrigo Yenedi Kakra, Vinicius, and so Yenedi Kakra. And that is good for a team when you don't rely on just one player to always conjure the magic. But they are lacking in quality. Nana, quality na ewo form of Brazil team. Brazil teams say over the past. And now the Rocky Junior mo boy okra na team ketwa. The Rocky Junior mo kra be boy. Echire po de emfa ni say echire Lucio Mumpo be mu no. Brazil had 2 of the best right backs in the world. One was on the bench. Dani Alves was the best right back at club level.
Macon, huh?
But not Macon, Elbojano.
Yeah.
And then Brazil.
Danilo.
Age at this 2024, that's what Danilo. Our national team has a right back. Nana, 2024 Danilo. They don't have a right back. Only right back. It's that Danilo. But one Brazilian right backer. Originally, apart from your Nkoto, but honestly, you only saw about Giroud now, only experience. So I say, you only saw about Giroud no new experience, and that's a vendor was a vendor no the all FC port.
Vendor.
Ono kwa not at the bench. Ono kwa not at the bench. Honum. Nana so they should just accept say quality in our form. But Brazil would always be Brazil.
Right.
That name Brazil would always put a fear factor in opponents. Don't be surprised they get to the final and win. I'm not ruling them out, but I'm saying that Argentina is the favorite for this tournament. Argentina have kept most of their players from the 2022 World Cup. The core of their team, I think we have 2 changes or 3 changes, even in their first game. Almost will be about World Cup 2022 Nibia or Argentina team. Right. So that consistency and cohesion is there. And no any and their bench is also strong. To win a tournament, a major tournament like that, now you have a good bench. Yeah. Their bench is strong. Alvarez from Lautaro Martinez. Or your captain Inter Milano. Yeah. Lautaro Martinez nebo. Di Maria Bob Benfica. But when it comes to the national team, he's a completely different player. Player they be and where me one back where the Paul. Your bad Atletico Madrid no. Yeah. I've watched him several times at Atletico Madrid and he's not exceptional. But we do national team the more. I even Paredes. Paredes calling them PSG now when so. But these boys when they join the national team, they are playing well. And this is the time that Alessandro Martinez will be born. Yeah. 2022 World Cup, he was an understudy to Otamendi.
And he's proven.
Yes. Right? Only Cristiano Romero partnership, no.
Perfect, right.
They complement each other very well. And Alessandro, no, you see his height. And then I'm sure game be I'm sure ratings. No, we win more airballs than Cristiano Romero. Wow. Or no now no. He reminds me of Gary Medel. Yeah. Chile, Gary Medel. Who is all that super national team? No? So Lisandro Martinez and a way partnership they are not even at left back. There's Acuna, there's Tagliafico. Yeah. No, it's like there's that consistency now, and you can see that the win from the World Cup has given them extra confidence. Yeah. Now they play like champions. I say, they don't lose games. They don't lose games. It is the mentality of creative from winning the World Cup. And now opponents turn up against Argentina with a lot of fear because you are coming up. It's no more Lionel Messi Asemo. It is not about Lionel Messi again. No. It is about the Argentina team. Even when Lionel Messi is not in the team, they are still that deadly. They are still hungry because Julian Alvarez Lautaro Martinez Di Maria Paredes Enzo Fernandez so they still have a good team. For me, they are my favorite to win the Copa America.
Thank you very much, Starboy Mutala Yakubu. And I want to say on so de Abano. 22 minutes after 10 a.m. on Max 89.7. Na Jumidi di brewe be peje mo agese dumienu abo. Just another no relax is one more jumana. And I was so I was wo bu mu da no.
Insuna ye me ho ejuma.
Nye nkwa na nsu aye wo ejuma. Ye nya nsu to ese aba ejuma.
Na be pa se me baby am wo ni ntina.
Ye nyina baby e wo no sa ne te.
Me na me nya kakra.
Ye kra sa. Ye nyina the same.
I was that way as on.
All right. Yankwe.
Morning.
Morning.
Vi aboko dia.
Adumara kwa.
Yeah, that okay, I'm for us. And I pay main charity for no monitor issue, no, both on and also on Facebook. Mr. Darkwa, when I did miss them no and share them no, sir. And I got a chance to monitor the Euro games of my boy, you know, the two games. That's the Netherlands, and then also the Romania game, and utie during me preview no asemba kwa meka and say I just didn't see Romania causing an upset against the Netherlands. It was just almost impossible to me say on bet me akọ any Holland for no and Netherlands for ni echi aka form. So I wasn't surprised by that scoreline. The second game of the day then Emma may a surprise kakra because going into the game, that particular game, Austria were coming from a group where they had the Netherlands and France, and they ended up topping that group with 6 points. They only lost one game, and that game they lost was to France. They ended up topping the group, so they were coming up against a Turkish side. They've not really been convincing, sir. Not Turkey team, no, they've not really been convincing. I mean, they managed to qualify to the knockout stages, but Austria for now, the kind of energy on with the ball against France, the Netherlands, and the Poland, we're all thinking, say, what they say, to Turkey for now, the Austrians were a bit ahead. But you see, that's what tournaments are about. One bad game and you're out. It's not the group stages. This is the knockout stages, where you don't allow room for error. You take your chances. If you fail to do all these things, then at the end of the day, you could be punished. And Osha Tekifona, having their center back,
score twice in a game like this, no, should tell you say, now they made very good use of dead ball situations in the game. From open play, I think they were being dominated by the Austrian team. But because it's a game, air knockouts game, we mistake, you could be punished for it, no. We need to give Turkey the credit. Per Omahudi call into the next round against the Netherlands, no. I also don't see how they'll be able to advance against the Netherlands. And Abibiye Bruno, it's more like the business end of the competition, where Akesifono would have to up their game. Coming up against the Minos, they will have to really up their game. Already, we nearly saw some upset. And the biggest one that you was the defending champions, Italy, losing to Switzerland. But aside, Slovenia tried, they failed against Portugal. Slovakia also tried against England. And Tentamsa. Belgium took France all the way to the distance. But almost unfortunately, it was an own goal that separated them with 5 minutes of regulation time to play. Into Osha, as a upset Bakwa, in the round of 16 stage, no. Now, was that Italy-Switzerland game. Switzerland, Italy, 4-film. So with yesterday's games, I wasn't surprised with the Netherlands scoreline against Romania. The only thing going into that game and that air question Kessie was how the likes of Cody Gakpo, Xavi Simons, and co were going to up their game. Because Oshe coach now, Ronald Koeman has really struggled to find the right, you can say, pieces up front, the right players to use up front. At some point, bought Jeremy Frimpong. And Obesai, Dolian Mellon started a game, and then also Obesai into Oshe and that team to play Cody Gakpo or Xavi Simons. He knew that it was about time he found the right players in the attacking position, because in midfield, Tijani Reinders paired with shooting in midfield, and a defense, so it's already sealed. So for the Netherlands, it was a good win for them. I think that Spain against Georgia, this has been the most convincing win in the round of 16 stage. And congratulations also to Turkey. So might be Austria for now. If you now to the Copa. Yesterday we were talking about the chances of Brazil against Colombia, and I said it emphatically. So I just didn't see how Brazil were going to win. But regardless, they were still going to qualify because they had a superior goal difference. And then a so in 3 games in the knockout stages, Brazil only managed to win 1 and draw 2. And that's why when you are looking at the favorite so far to win the Copa America, when you take away Argentina, we are clear favorites. Brazil are only second because they are Brazil. But it's not because of the kind of football they are playing. They are only second because they are Brazil. Because Ushe teams are, during the group stages, Omar Bobo, the likes of Uruguay, Venezuela, you can mention Argentina. Omu normal who they was sourcing Brazil team way. So Brazil will only be second favorites to win the tournament or the competition because of Omu pedigree Omukita, but not because of the Omu recent form Omu de Bobo. And at this stage, you see, that's how Argentina struggled since winning the Copa in the 90s or winning Besi just recently, the last edition. This is how they struggled. Transition. Ebedru baby Copa America we will say na team kitwa bi na yom. And unfortunately for Brazil, after finishing second, they come up against a Uruguayan side, and I would say they've been by far the best team in the tournament. They come up against a Uruguayan side, they know how to score and keep clean sheet. So that's how difficult it's going to be for Brazil. Yesterday, even if they had lost, they would have still sailed through to the knockout stages. But they
were hoping to top the group and meet Panama.
It's already fixed. Into themselves, Udi first, you come up against Panama in Group C. Udi second, you rather face Uruguay. So they were only trying to win
to avoid
Uruguay.
Not a big deal.
It wasn't a big deal because with Costa Rica 4 goal difference and that as compared to Brazil. So even if Brazil had lost, they had to lose. They would have to lose by a 4 or 5 goal margin. Now Costa Rica would also have to win by the same 3 or 4 goal margin for them to finish second. So coming up against Uruguay, without Vini Jr. Sometimes, Nana, suspension is saying a blessing in disguise. Because so far, Vini Jr. The modern ball cup anymore. Nana, that's not the Vini Jr. we see at Real Madrid. He looks a pale shadow of himself when he's playing for Brazil. So for the head coach, Nana, this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe move Rodrigo Goes there. Try and play someone through the middle. Change the tweaky system, no, because ordinarily Anka and your suspension, I don't think Vinicius at Nasi. Right. And then only ho. So you have to tweak something, and that's what you see. That's why I have so much respect for Lionel Scaloni. Now, when he came, that wasn't the state of the Argentina national team, but he worked out to find the balance. And at this point, that's one thing Brazil are missing. They have the name, so yes, you can say this the weakest Brazil team we've seen in the last 3 or 4 decades. Yes, on paper, it's not a strong team, but they still have some good names. Because when team can say Uruguay, players. Player for player in Brazil. You can't tell me, say Colombia, player for player. They have better quality than Brazil. It's not true. So far, the only team I bet you can say, Nanom quality no show, Argentina, same Brazil. And it's still Brazil. That's what I'm saying. Say, you born no more no tonche. It's still Brazil. Pedigree no, So for the head coach, the absence of Vini Jr. going into the knockout stages could be a blessing in disguise. But now they will have to work hard individually. Now, a lot is missing from the Brazil team. As a confidence, everything is gone. But they will really have to work hard. Because after Bueno, it's likely they might face the winner from the Colombia. It's going to be very, very tough. So I wouldn't tip them to lose that game. But now, let's not rule out the possibility of an upset.
Thank you very much, Josiah. It's 32 minutes after 10 a.m. I feel now, Uwaba. Na wa mese kakra eso di aka enim ne dawson. It's a sports park. Between now and midday we have a lot coming your way. Yebeka Democracy Cup hunsem. The yam pinifo etu asheda. Does it take anything away from the shine? We'll hear from organizers very soon. Sounds so a domestic transfer. Kotoko intensify their chase for Razak Kasim of Great Olympics. Afesu Sukra Abranti Efeniman Oboahin, All Nations FC. What is the latest with him? Maxwell Kredu Echo Black Leopards. What next for Nswacheman as they go into the Cup Confederations Cup? And yebia Coach Ben Omukwako Fanon. We in Sembebre Eufia ye de Eba. Of course. True Democracy versus Newtown Youth, Empire Asia. Then Emmanuel City up against Dambot. These are happenings around the Greater Accra Regional Division 2 Middle League. Right here on 89.7. But can we say, IMAX Media, Max TV are official broadcasters of the Division 2 Middle League in the Greater Accra region and also in the Western region. All right, on to our messages on WhatsApp. Kofi Ajiman Blackman is always present. He's watching us from Pig Farm. And Kofi Adasi, good morning. We say I'm Patrick Naniats from Temasi 9. Tell me something about Joshua Kimmich's transfer to Barcelona. This one reads, is it true that Kudus had a release clause of £80 million in his contract with West Ham United that has expired on the 30th of June 2024 and no club triggered the release clause? If it's true, then it's linked with all the top clubs in EPL in Saudi Arabia, where all fabrications. Some sports journalists here link Kudus with Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, and lately Saudi Arabia. Kofi from Kaswa. Good morning, Nana. Please, I want to ask about. Hey, what's that? Tomitino from Asuchari. I don't get your message. Please rephrase it and come back, okay? Mintiase kra. Ambu, Mintiase. My boss, still Man City are the best. Savio has to come to City. I'm Felix Tomeli from Kade. This one also reads, good morning, Max Sports. My name is Pati Agosu from Pram Lower Town. I'm a Barcelona fan. Any transfer player in the market Chelsea want to buy at the end of the season, they chop 7th position on the EPL table. Abonkele Chelsea. Where's to say NDG, good morning to you on your family. So, Nana, who is going to qualify for the next stage? Is it Switzerland, Germany, England, Spain, France, Portugal, Netherlands, and Turkey? I'm listening and watching you live from New Fadama, Presby Church. This is your boy, Daniel Osewusu. We say good morning, NDG. I'm a happy person now because my school, Castec, just made it to the nationals of the National Science and Maths Quiz. England don't deserve to be in the last 8 of the Euros. Germany is my favorite, but it's a tough tie. Thank you, sir. This one says, good morning, Nana. I'm Gabby from Kaswa. I'm really enjoying your show. Big ups to you and your guys. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Gabby. We say, hi, Nana. I'm happy for the beautiful football display in this Euro. Hoping for a better season for my Chelsea team. Greetings to my lovely children, Nathaniel, Natalia, Navlin, and Entry. All of Adonko family inside Adenta Commandos. This one says, good morning, Nana. I'm watching the show live inside Adenta. Uruguay would beat Brazil and qualify to the next stage of the Copa America. Promise Ahaji. And anyway, bye. Felix Tetesi, please tell Nanedu to give me the best 2 teams in the world now. We say, hi, Nana. I'm Alpha inside Nkoko. I want England's manager to start Cole Palmer for them to win against Switzerland. Nana, I bought a big Asanka for the teaser party on Sunday. Please extend my regards to my juniors who are writing their final nap texts in Jotek Kwawu Tafo, Max Sports, Papa. We say, good morning, Max Sports. Happy birthday to my manager inside Pizza Hut's Malcolm Plus, Teresa Nyakon. Greetings to my number 1 goalkeeper inside Alajo, Bright Echo Bates. Good morning, Bates. This is Kambu. This one says, good morning, Nana. Congrats to Turkey for making it to the quarterfinals. Kudos to Madrid's darling boy, Ada Gula. Greetings to my wife, Mrs. Rosina Edu. Much love. This is genuine from Dakuman. We also say, understand Arsenal have now officially activated the buy option for David Raya from Brentford. He's Arsenal's player on a permanent deal for £27 million as planned. It was already decided and now completed. Formal statement to follow, but all done for Raya as a key part of Arsenal FC's project. Greetings to you all. More life we ask for. Francis Dakon, Omar Mess from Wireless La Accra. Nana, fantastic wet morning to you and the guest. Argentina will win the Copa America and Portugal for the Euros. Citizen Kobia Mevo from East Legon, American House. This one says, hi, Nana. I can see Man United will be good and become better under this management per the way things are going. So please tell Nanedu and the others should wait and see. I know at Mempasem Blue Gate. Okay. Hello, NDG. Hope you are good, my nigga. I'm not a nigga. Wow, that's a good submission from Nanedu, Mutala, and Josiah. It's a round of applause from this side. This is Nyame Dai Kobi inside Kaswa Obomu Dinchra. Yabako commercial break, but before that, we have a big visitor and we'll tell you about him very soon. Good morning, Max. Nana, football is full of surprises. Don't sit at your comfort zone and predict that Uruguay will beat Brazil. Brazil is Brazil. This is Echo from Tema. Thank you, Echo. We say good morning to you all. Joe, you do all for me. This is Okaka from Tema Community 9. This one says, good morning, Nana Darkwa. It's a wet Wednesday today. No discussion on tennis. Hope you do so tomorrow. This is Kumasi Boy J Flex from Manet Spintex Road. Oh, the tennis experts just took a seat. But he's not here to talk about tennis. Good morning, and I think Mutala is forgetting another Brazilian right back, Emerson Royale. Spain is winning the Euros, and I think you guys should be talking about Rodri and his trademark goals. I don't know if you have realized that. Ekomensro or Israel Lomnava. Wait, so my name is Asari. I'm listening to you from Zenu. You guys are doing a good job. Keep it up. Gracias. Okay, we'll go for a break. When we come back, Primeval is in the house, represented by our boss and brother, Jeffrey Asari. We'll talk about the Democracy Cup happenings in Ghana football and all you need to know on the second phase of the sports park. The domestic transfer is getting interesting. But you know, do I say or I should ask, was Jeffrey Asari involved in Maxwell Knody's move to Black Leopards? We return from the break. Bye on Sembe break with our special guest in the studio. I am Max FM 89.7. Men that know who your base here.
For 15 years, Quick Credit has been your trusted partner in micro-lending, empowering lives and making dreams a reality. Today, we're excited to announce a new age. Quick Credit is now Bills Microcredit. Still committed to serving Ghanaians and changing lives, Bills is here to show you that everything is possible. Join us as we embrace a brighter future. Bills, financing your needs.
Hey, brand new. I didn't tell us a friend of Ahumeka hit patch. So what's young? I won't be now they are telling us. And let's say what be not do bra. What's it you pay? And yet, sister and I ask Irene now or the Hono into where the patch on area. Sister J. Ahumeka hit patch. I tell you, I ask. Name a few minutes and you're ready.
Hey, bra. Ahumeka hit patch. I had my file. Me feeling hit be a bra Mediterranean. I feel pretty a wabimo. Please not Jimmy cry.
I told you so. Say your back pain, waist pain, menstrual cramps, any arthritis and idea. You should Ahumeka hit patch. What a special herbs and oil at ginger and cinnamon and I at a phone call Alpha Duo Pharmacy, Origin Chemist, Pharmajoy Accra, Palace Pharmacy Accra, Buakwa Pharmacy Takran, Knock Chemist, Takran, and Malarigo Pharmacy Tamale. Maybe after 0599 802297. FDA agitating Kratuatu.
Embrace the all-new IMAX 32 Android television with advanced modern tech, which gives you an improved viewing experience and unlimited pleasure. The slim, slick television comes with full HD screen with high resolution and wide color gamut. The top-notch picture quality makes your movies and games 5 times clearer. With the latest Android 11 version, enjoy all your favorite Android apps like Netflix, YouTube, Showmax on a click. Watch all your favorite programs non-stop with a sharp focus, balanced contrast, and radiant balance. Take a step into a new world of scenery and fantasy with the new IMAX 32 Android television. Available at all Max Buy shops nationwide and online at 1,799 Ghana cedis only. Visit us on www.maxbuy.com.gh or download the Max Buy app on Google Play Store. You can also call on 0596 913 298 or 0544 019 552. IMAX Smart Life.
Are you looking to buy a sleek smartphone? MaxBuy, in collaboration with EasyBuy, makes owning a genuine smartphone quick and easy. You can buy any Tecno, Infinix, or Itel phones, or Oraimo and Cynix appliances and pay within a convenient 12 months. Yes, 12 months. No long talk. Simply visit any MaxBuy shop nationwide with your Ghana card, fill out the forms, and make a 30% down payment. It's that simple. Call MaxBuy on 0544 019 552 or 0594 091 122 for further enquiries. MaxBuy. Happy life.
IMAX quality modern standing fans are vital on hot days. They cool you with good airflow, and to aid sound and longer sleep, they are secured with anti-rust mesh grille and enhanced super speed motor for durability. The powerful 3-speed control allows you to adjust the airflow with an optional brighter bulb which illuminates the room. They come in 3 types and energy-saving, affordable too. Available in all MaxBuy outlets and leading shops in town. Call MaxBuy now on 0302 750 308 or buy online www.maxbuy.com.gh or follow us on Facebook, IMAX Electronics. For bulk purchase, contact 0245 240 983. Choose super reliable IMAX fans. Choose smart life. IMAX. Smart life.
Ataji yati asem dene. Wonin se IMAX media de. Wodi na wodi asem. Yani OIM for a kambum a FTZ festival no. Anopana ye manipa wo hane e chire free breakfast na wi anon so. Ye the TZ no epim so.
Tozafi ina kuke kuna dansoman da kuman awoshi kaneshi madina shukura kakudamu
free Tozafi
Must TV forecourt, Darkwa Junction, 7 July. On your brand young Didi.
Damu in Tozafi Festival, Kowe Zomu enjoy so say.
Newa, anyway, Jua Keke.
Keji Oliake Ole Tozafi Homo Juba, Bani Obaji Owana.
Sunday, 7th of July. If it's on pa a copy menu, Promise TV forecourt, Darkwa Junction, Bed Shiwa Gianni.
Free Tozafi.
So, Penche Mubia, Obetimi Afrayan, 02086231010. Acha die.
Pebre.
Anum to 4.
Pebre. Domuchi abinchi.
Onya, Branayan Tonsenidi. Jumadi, Enumakwa Maso Yasene, and a dead dull spices. Taste day inside. Me dimmer for herba. Or yare for, would dimmer for newa. Floral tissues. Quality tissues for everyone. Bills microcredit. Financing your needs. Malizi tilapia. Nam perfie. Indigo textiles. Our shades your expression. Jaga 4 bitters. Ajisa ubisa. Narrow beverage. Trust in every drop. Cake for life drink. The new motivation. Kojo shoes. Your home of quality and affordable shoes.
Watch your smartphone now. I want one day next papa na. Max buy any easy buy a cabo mu. E ma wa kwenya say. Won se betumi aka original smartphone. Aho hare so a. Oh how be any so. Ubetumi ata Techno, Infinix, ana Itel phones, ana Oraimo, any sinus appliance ahodo nyina. Wo de bosume baako du mienu ne betua. Ani o, afi baako bam. For Ghana card na ko Max buy shopper. E wo man mu ha ba bia. Ni e be ma forms na wa fele. Na afi ade a wo to no. Ubedike etua mu oha mu chichemu eduasa pe. No. So pay Chechemubia. From Max buy any year. It was 0544 019 552 and 0594 091 122. Max buy. Happy life.
The Max Predictor. Come every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Your sports run-up comes with all your predictions.
Barcelona, Shakhtar, home win for Barcelona. Celtic, Atletico Madrid, over 1.5.
The Max Predictor. Monday to Friday. Review for all your exclusive interviews, reactions, and preview all weekend matches.
Copenhagen opened up and it's 1-0. Well, it might come through. Here to Torreira.
With all your predictions available. Sports Run-Up. Stay tuned. The Max Predictor.
Techno Mobile, but I'll hold on to Techno Mobile. No mama Mohamed Cruz and Kasankasa chain Techno Mobile no ne fapem. Enra yenya abusuani foforo beka abusuani ho. And we're excited to announce that Mohamed Cruz is the new ambassador for Techno Mobile. We already have Stoneboy and other personalities, but yesterday we added the Black Stars poster boy and West Ham player Mohamed Kudus. Enra on it Techno penny for. Good morning, Oyera. Good morning, Yera. Chairman, Mr. Max Otechi, baby, I'll be a chow. And I'm say, we sign dotted lines no representing Techno. And I'm Mohamed Kudus who signed it with other dignitaries from Techno Mobile. And we congratulate Techno and Kudus for this marriage. I hope you say, ebe boa na Techno for vision a woman is no ebe we pay. At Techno, we stop at nothing. So after the deal, this is what Mohamed Kudus had to say yesterday.
I know you guys are on social media before the match, after the match. You have millions of followers all over. Being part of the Techno family is, in your own words.
Oh, I'm really, really happy and then grateful for this wonderful opportunity. Of course, Techno is a phone brand, but looking at the project they do, and when they presented the project to me, and it fits with my my dream and vision as well in wanting to help the community and changing lives through sports and then the Techno brand, and I think it gels well with my vision. So that's why we are here today. So we are just both coming together to try and impact the environment aside taking the selfies and the pictures with the phone, you know.
Wow, this guy sounds intelligent. Mohamed Kudus, he's an intelligent guy. And on that, you know, Techno invited a lot of the media for this partnership with Kudus. Now, media for no buy no. Omuka Techno asem way. You come on 30 ne, your phone say the about bonten. Omuka ni na one same way you. But you know, they took some time to ask Kudus about the theft. The cost of green grass. So there was a question and answer session, you know, for Kudus and some of the media guys. There was Mutala Mohammed and a couple of media boys from the other stations, media guys.
And the basic part of it is hard work, and then keep doing what you are doing, you know. And off the pitch, I think as a football player, how you carry yourself, your brand, and your vision and what you believe in will also bring opportunities like this off the pitch. So like I said before, my aim in wanting to help the community and help upbringing young ones coming up is very crucial to me. So with a partnership with Techno, with them having the same vision, I think it connects very well. So I'll just say as a football player, it's not just whatever you do on the pitch, but off the pitch, your brand is also important, how you carry yourself and manage all your socials and stuff like that is very important as well.
I want to find out about adaptation. I mean, moving from Holland to England, we all talk about the fact that the Premier League is one of the toughest leagues to ever play. How are you able to adapt quickly and even make strides in the league?
Yeah, definitely. The difference is vast. You know, I also agree to that. Premier League is one of the challenge on to my teammates, everyone around West Ham. You know, because they helped me settle in very well. So, and my family has always been my backbone and my full support. So before I took the challenge, I was ready for it. That's why I went for it.
I mean, what should we expect from you? I mean, my colleague here has spoken about your performance at West Ham. What should we expect from you from the next season?
More than the previous season, because I think for now we all can testify and agree that I've announced myself very well in the league, and it's even going to get tougher because they're going to come harder, but I'm built for it, so I'm just going to try and help the team the best way I can.
You're very big on education. You always talk about the fact that do not neglect your education and prioritize. There are a lot of young ones out there who only focus on going onto the pitch to play. What message do you have for them?
To put it in a simple form, I'll say when you have a contract on the table, you need to be able to read and then understand what you are about before you sign anything. So that is the basic point I'll put it with relating to football, which there are more experts, you know, doing interviews, posting stuff on your socials. It's all part of education and stuff like that. So the basic part I'll put it is education is very paramount in the work we do. So yeah, take it serious as you take football as well, and then it will help you in a long way.
Last question, please, guys. Last question, yeah?
Okay, so the last question I'll ask has to do with Books and Boots, Right to Dream, Nima. I mean, the three combine very well. Lots of players have moved from Nima through the Books and Boots project to Right to Dream. Recently, Tom Venom announced that he's stepping down as the CEO. What do you have to say about what Right to Dream have done for your career?
First of all, I'll start off from Nima, from Strong Tower. Like I said before, that's where all my football emerged and then started well, you know. So I will give credit to Ayoba for all the work he has done, because he has always believed in what I've done, and the style I play today is due to him, you know. But everyone with the dream and wanting to make it in professional football should always believe in themselves and then take through the processes to this point. But yeah, through all the ranks and wherever I've been to up until this point, yeah, I'm grateful for the ups and downs and the challenges and all of it, you know, because it's part of the journey. And then, yeah, thank you.
Just recently we saw just in relation to North Ireland, we've seen Brian Bosman, he's moving to Brighton, also coming to play in the Premier League. What would you tell him if you had to get in touch with him?
He's from my coach team in Strong Tower, so from Nima as well. So he's a great player, and he's coming to the Premier League, and then we are already there, so definitely we will guide him through the right ways and how we should be patient in the league, because it's a very tough league. And then, but I have no doubt about his ability. You know, he's ready for the challenge, and then that's why he took it. So this is my heart. I wish him absolute best, and then once we are all in England, we do our best to support him, which is what I keep preaching and trying to aim is to the new generation and the young ones coming up to increase the love and the healthy competition between us to push each other and then take Ghana football to another level.
That's an intelligent boy talking. Mohamed Kudus. One, combining education with football, adopting in the English Premier League because he was ready and he took up the challenge, and then also trying to foster unity, togetherness, and bring love amongst the new generation in the national team. He couldn't have said it any better. That's it. Wrap up on Kudus and Techno. Congratulations to Mr. Maxwell Techi and your Techno group, as well as Mohamed Kudus and your people for coming on board. Techno, one family, and we stop at nothing. Transfer news. That will be interesting. Elvis Cheba, for the former AS Soliman and Liberty professional striker, is training with Kotoko for a possible deal. And also come home. Kotoko have intensified their chase for Kasim Razak of Olympics. But the Nations for demandu musika for the two boys, Michael Ewa Mensah and Asamoah Boateng free. We'll delve into that one and find out. But I said Benjamin Asare, he's getting closer and closer to Asofoku. Meche goalkeeper no, Olympics for goalkeeper no. And also some kakao. But they say Emmanuel entry. I'm told he's almost agreed personal terms with Asante Kotoko. But Eba Neyo. Then Maxwell Kledu is now confirmed by Black Leopard, Selma appointing Maxwell. He has a deal between now and 2027. But no crown and some kakao. But whatever the case be, Maxwell Kledu have signed as Black Leopard's coach for the next 3 years. The big question is, how does Nswatreman get out of this shock after Maxwell guided almost to top 4 finish and a 10 FA Cup success? That's just by the way. Good morning, Mr. Jeffrey Asare.
Good morning, my brother.
Boko,
Boko, it reminds me of yesteryears when
radio
90.5.
Oh,
your power station. Yeah, so, you face to face. Anyway.
Now I want to be up here.
Yes. You buy a cracker, are they?
No, I'm arguing too much.
How are you?
Or disturbing you.
And that's why today.
Or no him. Good morning, Stephen. Maybe I will be a chow.
El Capitano.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
But now, Maxwell Kunedu a crowd, so Oko baby. What down for? Yes, who young Kopano no Maxwell Kunedu?
Well, yes, and then I also manage his affairs as well.
Yeah. You also on South Africa. No?
Well, say Ghana no, we prove BBI. What does it to prove from Wild Stars? You take a team like Wild Stars at the G League. You and I know how good Adriana was at that time, or the G League. You went to Chan 2024, and many people have forgotten that the big boss, the late big boss, Stephen Keshi, was the one coaching the team, led by Ezwenye. In 2014, remember the game we lost the final to Libya, unfortunately. But so he's done that. He's done one waffle. He's been assistant coach of the Black Stars. I mean, he's gathered Sani Kodoko to win league. Now in Nswatreman, that was relegation threatened last season, picked them from the doldrums. Added a few players, excellent technical acumen and good managerial skills, managed the players so well, and won the league with Nswatreman, FA Cup for Nswatreman. So what does it to prove again? And when the applause is high, that is when you exit. So the decision was to go to South Africa, and then also a big league, PSL, a big league. He needs to go and prove himself on the African continent. What Ben Kofi Muyeye or Sam Dodo have done, Jones Atukefu, in terms of coaching outside the country, now is a major problem that the quality of our coaches today in the country has become a serious subject for discussion, because how many of our coaches today have the quality and ability based on competence and experience to be able to go out or even attract foreign interest. Foreign interest, I'm talking about even the African, West African sub in African as a whole.
That's right.
I mean, we used to do that, but you know what Ben Kofi did in Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
What
Jones in Benin.
Jones did in Benin. I mean, Osanduru rose to
Gambia.
What he did for Gambia was historic and was against us.
Against Ghana.
Yeah, it was against Ghana. And that Gambian team you see today, most of them when they're under 17 or something to
put 05, yeah.
You understand me? But today, can we say same? But the local coaches. So it's an opportunity. What Coach Kwesi Appiah is doing with Uganda, Sudan, topping a group that is made up of Senegal, By now, everybody was expecting that by 4 games in the World Cup qualifier. Listen, Senegal, star-studded Senegal should be top in the group, or even the DRC. But it's Sudan, a war-torn nation playing in Libya.
A big question.
So for me, it's about time we have him there. And what a way to have him there, because Kwesi Appiah was head coach, he was assistant. So now the two of them are out. They are the ones.
It's a man for Strom say. And you more Kwakofano. A lower division, Juma.
Yeah, the South African Division 1, the investment in there will not even have in our Premier League.
Beyond the investment, I want to say, I say, any Juma Kessie, say, on for team qualify my PSL, any day Mama so can do.
Well, that's a mark of, listen, coaching is gambling, risk. We are coach worth your sort, you take risks, you take big challenges. All the big coaches you bomb do what we are saying, Peter Oko Ali. The first thing Mohamed El Shenawi said was that, well, this is not this first training session. El Shenawi, the captain of Ali, said, this is not Sounder, this is Ali. Do you know what that means? First, he's the captain of the side. And a training session, how Sounder, so where Ali? He had to put his foot down. A lot of people thought, no, Picture cry or punch it beyond the way to from Sundance to Ali there. I said from Hardcore Heaven, I ain't distance, you know. Because the gap, Ali, Peter won 2016 Champions League against Zamalek. Yeah. That's it. But he's coming to the most successful club. Abrofo now coach him mostly.
Sure.
Yes, their own former player was Ambadri, 2012 won for them. And then Mohamed Youssef won 2013 Camp Champions League for them. But they are all Egyptians.
Yeah.
We are non-Egyptian going to a tennis. But when he went, in 3 years, he went to 2 finals. Beat Kaizer Chiefs. Beat Zamalek. The biggest cup game you want to win is your biggest rival in Zamalek in the Champions by 2-1. And then when he was going to do the treble that no coach has ever done, consecutive treble, but he lost to, then Wale Rugagi was an emerging, he was like the heir apparent to Peter's throne as the leading coach on the continent. What do you say?
Yeah.
Then Wale Rugagi used work of Morocco to beat him. He proved it.
So you are convinced you succeed?
He will succeed. He will. I believe he will succeed. He has a lot of experience from the national team club level. He will succeed. So I don't have any doubt at all. He will succeed.
Jeffrey, you want to say some Ghana League, no?
No.
I didn't try.
Because they have a top corporate leader in Mr. Century who understand Sebi Ejuma objective visioner Omo Edibae. Yes, now the idea was also winning league, but now at the end say Sebi Omo Obutai see money so say at least Oman Nyadia cry is not the top 4 because Omo buy enche Emra Omo Bray and some free Division 1 cry buy on buy enche, but they were on a trajectory of 5 years plan. So they say at least first, second year, no, yeah, first one year making sure say came. Second one year the top 4, third year back. So after Monday 17 was when they realized that say a bomb modern said yeah, say at the end possible. Just like look, when was going to do when I can kick his upon? So the same thing. You realize that the second thing was not a G-League, but a quite better. Then they took advantage and won the league. And also data and science was key.
Wow.
Some of the data, science. They made sure, say, players' energy levels per game, the data was available to the coach. Players who track back without the ball. One more in the course of the game. How they scout on opponent they play. So data science, video analysis was very key. And they invested in those gadgets, invested in the personnel. So it's not just 3 points as no. Almost 12 players don't see yet sometimes we play some of the own. You don't pay rent, you don't pay light bill, you don't pay anything. And they have at Monaco the general manager who has so much experience in the terrain and understand also the working on the Ghana Football Association. Once they achieve protest at Tiomuda. Because at Monaco, well, a lot of experience. I mean, you can't be bigger than 7 the management members and they're learning a lot. What do you say? So they have also a general manager who, in Mr. Chenjo, bring the vision, the direction, resources available. But here the general manager, or executive, and who a faso and the right buttons to press, training sessions for coaches and everything. everything the Tenka team need, the general manager must make sure is available to them. And Nuru, funnily for the Nuru is there, or one of those coaches are on Nimejuma, but on assuming. Nuru Rangas on pen was him. From time on the max, so people think this is not a fair, it's one of the fair All-Stars.
Yeah.
When he was assistant coach, yeah. So Usha Bebia from Mr. Century and then Monaka, right down to Paul Ayamba, and any Obia Okambia Kunuru. And then don't forget Wellington. Wellington was in Kotoko.
Yeah.
Wellington with a lot of experience.
He's assistant to Nuru.
Assistant
right?
tomorrow. Nuru. So Sebio sources now and sorry, BBS and then the right and quality strategic signings. Sebio player is a top player, you need the right players. And to also sign the right players for strategic positions. And you say be a flat gate into right. That's not what they did. So they more than deserve it.
You're convinced they will excel in Africa?
Well, when it comes to Africa and discussions are different, I hope they do. It's not easy. Dreams were fortunate also with the draw. When you have a good draw, it's good for you. What they say, you might know if they are fortunate with a good draw, they have a good team. They need to inject at least, I'm looking at 3 or 4 quality. Go give me department, for instance, they have to. Yeah. No disrespect to the first choice, but that's not African game material. No. They need to get at least 2 strikers. Then we get 1 solid center back. And then a DM.
Because they sold their DM to Rwanda.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at this stage, you need to also make some sales.
That's right. To balance your books.
If you are not involved in football administration, football management club, you need to manage because the investment that have gone into winning the league is huge. It's running into millions.
Yeah. If you are not making money, you are at least breaking even. You're getting close to breaking even.
Close even. So that at least it's kind of sort of you or baby to buy.
Yeah.
Because the football itself, how much revenue is it bringing?
Nothing.
Either sponsorship from the FA or sponsorship from the club level is almost zero. So you run the club the whole year from the corporate coffers. That corporate coffers, the money must go into other investment, other expansion, or making sure that you retool the company so that the company can be sustained to make money to take care of the club.
That's right.
You understand me? So, and a lot in this country, you know power, electricity with Power FC.
Yeah.
You understand me? You know what happened, ATL, Akosombo,
sure.
Akotex, Jointex. Companies that have clubs, when you are not careful, you don't manage it well, because the company that generates the revenue for the club, if the company is running down,
the club automatically goes down.
Yeah. So sometimes I've been in town for a week.
A week?
Yeah.
Ubana Oguma Pam players needed that.
Oguma Pam players, man.
Ubana Kotoko coach no what Waja players no kind that. 21. Mbeza mchen say Kotoko 4 Pam 21 players.
Okay, so yes, I've heard a lot, but
yes. Oh, okay.
Well, he let me say this. So I had a personal meeting with him.
Okay.
To explain to me. Okay. And Bibiana met me, but there were justifiable reasons somewhere. Or by there were circumstances. I don't want to go into the circumstances. Came in the time in BBR.
Yeah.
So the recommendation, a lot of recommendations also were made not from him per se.
That's true.
And that didn't happen. It does happen. But there's people around the team understand made some recommendations. At that time, you need to make sure that only time was of the essence. I need to assemble
a team.
Yeah. So you didn't have the full grasp as to who should come, who should not come. Until yes, on the head could you put the blame at his doorstep, but with the explanation he gave me, and from what I know, Sanabano, so we have found but really the recruitment itself, majority of them were not recruitment that he on the good day will have the time to do have done. But some he recommended, others was recommended by the team. Because if you go to a team, you have other people, 10 members of the team, you have a short time. You need to get players assembled. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So you remember Musical Youth? You remember?
I do.
You remember?
I do.
Did it turn out good or bad?
It did turn out good, but it was a big risk.
Well, life is all about risk, but it's worth taking and not taking at all. So, well, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I hope that he get it right in terms of the players that he's recruiting now, so that he can begin to have a good start. It's not going to be easy because almost a new team is going to take some time. But hey, that is now the first one. Like the reasons, but this time around, if you don't get it right, nobody is. That's the point. So, on making sure say he's spot on in making sure he's getting the right players based on your person or system person or no one Now offer players don't be this time ample time 1 hour for our preseason and emergency situation. Because you know at that time he was almost gone. He was almost going to Samates.
Yeah, I know.
He was on the verge of going to Samates and then the U10.
Yeah.
So time. So those unfortunate development are affected. So now, so now he should know that any slight mistake, he has nowhere to hide.
Okay. Well, every season, my best friend or a coach of Ghana Premier League. Okay. Season na any season na call my best friend pa Abubakar Watara. No.
Oh, but you forgot about Mesa.
But who believe no?
Believe in terms of what?
His quality, his competence. Obetima transforming house of work team.
Well, I'll be unfair to pass that comment, whether he will be or he will not. First of all, so I always say this: we are quick to judge coaches without finding out whether the logistics and the very important things they need to work with is made available to them. I don't just sit down and judge coaches like no, it's absolutely wrong.
Right.
If you're a coach, you want a coach, you set the target for coaches. So person coach you need Juma where. Coach you here Akadia. Make some at them. Akadia no here beyond the man. And tell no one yadia yet be you ready. And the Akadia now be the Juma has almost the amano. Why be say a man Akadia now no full say ye the man obey Juma no the amano. Akadia no baku a personnel. The type of personnel no pay. Aya players no. Almost the amano. So when all those factors are made available, then I can make my judgment on that. Because I don't do that.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's extremely unfair to coaches. You don't just say, oh, the coach should go, the coach is not performing. How will he perform? Is he a magician? He needs the tools to perform with. And we requesting for 4 players, not the mommy. Now 4 players, now out of it, I mean, my compromise it too because Niame Peno and Famamia. Don't expect the target you set for me, say, me achieve. Me achieve, you are fine. Because then you have to review the target you set for me. Because I'm my target. Say me J League. Me see me here, I see my 6 at the J League. Usu you 6 no. Menya mu 3 pair. When you mu 3 pair, then you review the target because then you better second and third. But me to me idea no about say in spite of no come idea. But won't to me judge be say I na one J League because near me here no family. And many a time you are bastardizing coaches, unfortunately, without asking the clubs whether near my coach no here no omo di manana. Nana who me adwuma you know how I work.
That's true.
Yes. Before I make me say make a demand on you, near more here me do amount. To anya na me send you. But if I not, I will not even make the demand. So until Watara says that he's excited about the fact that one, the recruitment players all pay their money. Near more here in terms of logistics, training equipment, BBI their money. There are so many Premier League clubs today. When I visit their training, I feel sad. It's pathetic. A lot of them don't have equipment, basic equipment to train with. But I expect the coach to go and deliver. With what? With what? I don't want to go into certain areas, but look, you'll be amazed. One of the biggest clubs in this country, the coach have to bring equipment to come and train the players when it was signed on. But how do you expect the coach to be training players? How? How only Acadian? So until those requirements are satisfied and the coach himself, I can't say I can't pass that judgment. The coach himself, I think it's unfair.
Okay.
It's unfair.
They've been linked with certain players. For instance, Asamoah Boateng free, Benjamin Asare, the goalkeeper of Olympics, and then Michael Iwuamensa. And these are players
they are good players.
Watara himself recommended them.
Good.
See,
have they purchased? Have they recruited them?
I think negotiations are far advanced.
Well, so let's wait when they finished.
But you think they are good? They'll be good acquisitions.
Yeah, good acquisitions. One, whether they have what it takes to play us is all a different thing. You know that thing is very key.
That's true.
How's it gonna go? And you play again to be both. And no thing now one kasa uye omo more has to see ano. Obi said Dr. Nyaotam he knows a lot about the team. So player obo has to focus no. Omo word near ma omo who no. What they say? The same like as another go. But it doesn't matter how good you are about to be bo. Sa kumana kukudro na edi bo has to focus no. Omo ba omo bi. Yo omo ba. And when Yankuma didn't so a club no yes. See ano a coffin. I asked Nyakuma, didn't say, I confirm. You also look, yes. When Bruce Gabriela was asked to go to Anfield and urinate in the 2 pools, what was your understanding? That's when the year Liverpool broke the 30-year jinx of not winning the EPL. So he was there to unite in both posts. What do you understand by that? Fantastic. So, Ubenya good players, everything, and also, right. And this is a club that believes in that, but now saying a coffin. And to we in said Yankuma didn't so we should not this is a traditional club. I believe in Yama. I'm canning in a boom. Empire ball. I'm more form of empire ball. No, you don't need to understand and know yourself. But this is what, and you see, even a kind of coach I offer, Nintia said, just have to give you the late. Understood. Technically, he was top class, top. Spiritually, he was also solid. You know that.
So you think Ouattara will fit in both areas, technically and spiritually?
Yes, but he need the materials also. But the club also does
their
own part of that bit. Right. You know, as of when it comes to those things, you the year 2000. You remember why they were going to Nomonete's place? Do you understand why they send the jerseys there?
A new town.
Yes, a new town. Every time the car was back, and when the car is descending, the horn will tap, pam 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 pam. You know there's trouble for you.
23 minutes past 11. I am Max FM 89.7. Jeffrey Asari is a senior sports journalist and also he's head of communications at Primeval. Now, but Primeval, yete munkachu, ana moya nyoma na yente.
Well, your own say COVID was a major setback for events.
First, no time I'm scared. They say me who musika ni biomo.
Ono we ba yenua so bibi cry we cry so kan about it my mentu asa
golf ye jai golf ni e ochin golf no
golf awards
ochin golf open and golf awards
yeah
oh chale ye disco na na do
but probably by any amount
yeah you know Prime Bob brokered the Unibank Black Stars deal.
Yes that was giving a Black Star $400,000 a year. And then you also remember we did the first ever testimonial game in the history of Ghana football.
Yeah.
You remember?
I remember.
Yes, we did at Accra Sports Stadium.
Very John Barnes mobile.
No, that was Unity. But the testimonial where we played the local blast and get a Black Star.
Oh yeah.
Before 2014 World Cup.
Yeah, before that game, your son Yadibu State House, ne on friends.
Oh, no way.
A fundraising event beer. It brought almost everybody together.
Yeah.
I remember that.
We did a Stephen Appiah. Testimonial, yes. Yeah. The one we brought Eto. Yes. Yeah. And then the Unity man where we brought So Campbell, Edgar Davis.
Yes.
Dwight York. So, anyway, I mean, that's part of life. So, COVID became...
Ghana Premier League, you know.
We will not be contracted to do that. So, let's proceed. We do things...
percentage.
Well, let's move to where I'm here, don't worry.
Don't
worry. There are things I would not like to talk about. Let's move to...
But at least, whose idea was it in bringing up this democracy? Mofa, Abin Bagman, and I say Minya Peter Banfu, and I say Chief Larry, and I Jeffrey Asari.
So, the Right Honorable Speaker,
the
initiative, So, Right Honorable Speaker, Edwin said, Emra do say Parliament, and yes, I said, be a better on the Shembra Keke. And some who yen nema say you Ghana for pet beyond some representative mo yen nema mo pet no mo shemikena no using the office any parliament as an institution ebwa senebea epunto beba football. So the Democracy Cup won. Say yen say na say ni se bi nipa come to chena onye aduane dia ofum aduane no now refuse say e come edio. And you want to careful, like conversation do because once you answer, so did we so to one making sure so Bob Brass and be a common do. So your democracy, no, I know to tune as your fans normal. Is your qualified call work up Ghana study cover sometimes be a visa worker study called 1930 near Kambi. I say we are bear fry, you refuse say you Juma. And see, you came mammy came mamma, we said, you see a bomb boy. My and fan try what is happening in Burkina Faso. We've been there before, we can go there. And the way I say my kaya say, I see a sustaining democracy no. I see a bohu buying power. My team near then I without democracy and I mean no to me so at least 81 many fi akra. And tina me name my cause. It's not something we want to go back to again. And I say the biano yen fa bibi srunkun yen nyina ye do emfa my yen kaya say Uye MPP me this year, Sebi Enuanum. Wadwin chere ne me due no enkope. Ba ye wi a yenti asese your mind back on your sign Enuanum. Ma adwin no enkofa ntokwa Debbie. So that gave birth to the Democracy Cup. Now Democracy Cup no football no. Adia bakwa 2010 World Cup because say na many my boss was found when he was on set of GTV. He was hosting a program. So Ghana USA from GBC premises, GTV premises to Junction, it took us about 1 hour 30 minutes. A distance of 5 minutes. When you mean here, traffic no from Circle about and come back.
Wow.
It was a very wonderful scene because Ghana share USA. And at that time, you not see MPP and this color. The Black Stars of Ghana. Black Star football. So the football as a unifier. And I am young kaya say ye ba beto aba bioma fiwi. Ye beti mi ache ya junior fans. Me kunu ba ye wusu kunu ba we nemum. Ye wia man ko fan to kwamba. Yan kai say sa democracy abon ban a se bi ye nyina yanya sumdwe o man mo. Enti ezi ade kan ye bom. Ade ba kwa kan Ghana fo nyina bom. The only time when people need is football. And you use the vehicle of football. Football also say your club, you know, Oma Bobracha will be
over and I want to come by you.
My brother,
bro, boy, and you check your league table so. Omunyade, omu form omu exhibit no, and said on your come now. I don't know choose so
but your African Football League CAF estás here no, omu money shas here. So more, brother, now, Enyimba, because they won back to back 2-3-2-4, Mewa. Someone Bobra, Ali.
Yeah, I encourage teams in Kutuano.
Meba. An annual event that will be on the calendar of Ghana Football Association. But Bibi on Shah says, Oma Bobra no. Who the Shah say, no, a Shisha Yanoni, Oma no more bano so be rim. So, say, I'm going to say, aha. And I'm telling the African Football League, example, no. So, no African football now, CAF, I think more be streamlined the year, but the maiden one, some more Bobra, and some more Sebi hasn't got to come no more Bobra. Sebi has a mintia. In 1967, Kotoko went to the finals of the African club competition. 67. What do you say? Has scored final, first final in 1977. I say mintia. Never got here. But Sebi Oma Bobra. And so I say, Penifone dear Bunny dear mom, we inform Shas here.
Was Parliament involved in choosing the two teams?
It was Mr. Speaker himself.
Oh, Speaker, they choose because going to have
lunch now. Mr. Speaker can't was no. Players are not following you, but no bobo the boy. I change.
Wow.
So yeah, Mr. Speaker is on the football power. Don't joke on the football power. Sorry, I say. So he said it at the lunch. He made it clear at the lunch. What did I say? So on him near power on him football you be based.
Unsana no, me videos be. Speaker of my team.
Any member team. That's our AstroTurf, yes. Yeah. No, Speaker when it comes to football is a serious person in football.
Oh, really?
Serious football. Serious person in football. He follows it, but yes, over the decades till now. Yeah. Until Wanakumaso. That is why he decided to come to the Democracy Cup. I bet pave way for the establishment of first ever National Soccer School of Excellence.
But so what was the reaction of the parliamentarians after this proposal from the speaker? Both divide NDC and people. Reaction is
they were very excited and elated. If at the lunch, majority tree whip and then the minority whip. The way energy, that was the response and the reaction to Mr. Speaker. They were more than elated because it's long overdue. Like Speaker,
wow.
Speaker said, look, say bill, say parliament graphic BI, some build one infrastructure. That's what he said in the speech. Say, Afibia, because of Phyllis, say, baby, duno, we for no obia, ordinary secret rubber, money bomb, because to set up the National Soccer School of Excellence and the FN Academy for money memo is coming out of the Democracy. After Democracy Cup, that is what is going to be next.
Wow.
That Parliament now is an institution led by Mr. Speaker. See a soccer school of excellence, national one. You be fan column from each constituency. The scouting will be done by the legends. And now I can say legends no led by Stephen Appiah. Omoni MPs no MP ni NDC Kambum and on Bebo Curtain Razor. The Soccer School of Excellence no ehia no chen bibia. Say ye benyan kola from all the constituencies guarantee one proper representation no. Constituencies be a befa two at their feed the Soccer School of Excellence. So the two no each represent 275 constituencies of members of parliament. Now a proper representation of Ghana phone caller that will form the first by bear for money member. Now, having said that, I see Soccer School I said
to be funded by who? Parliament?
Yes, of course. I said something, I'll say lunch, I'll say, oh, you said there's no money. They said you look for the money. And we'll look for the money. Okay, lunch, I'll say we will look for the money. And that's the kind of leaders we need in this country.
Wow.
That may use your point influence. You bet piama ya dear because football is the passion of the nation. Adia Ghana for penny na omaniji sebu and for AC Black Star Ekosha under 20 Kosha Black Queens Kosha energy. And or see this time around near Clara Frontier Muye de na France for happening. He says, listen, Nana, we've been there before.
Yeah.
Why? 64 didn't you have academic representing Ghana at the Olympics?
We did.
Well, Reverend said we were not part of Academica. Was Jones not? Was Fred Visitor was Rangodi? Were they not part of it? So we've been there before. So he wants to make sure, say, let's get back to Niema Ebuama football in Tumpo. So he, as a leader, is saying, now listen, henceforth, parliament's an institution. You better set up a soccer school of excellence, an academy.
Wow.
And how we are going to go about it, fan column from each constituency. The scout will be done by the legends. And each constituency, that will be 550 kids. First batch. Money member. Then, I see, say, in Kolano Beria, say, Obine so or training Kolana and San Omaba. Near to us all. So, Mr. Speaker has also directed that as part of the project to make sure we establish a proper school of excellence, what is sought, and yes, are grown.
But in all of this, what has been the collaboration with the GFA?
Let me finish on this one before I come there. So there will be a training of 275 PE teachers. PE teachers are not coaches.
Across all the constituencies?
Yes. So one each from a secondary school in the constituency, 275, to obtain license D coaching certificate.
Wow.
Senebeya, the fundamental, the basic, our major problem also is there because say PE teacher no onye train coach. Eddie no check already 12 years old in some, dear check 11 years old in some. But with the right training, now in party at their own nimnie so the track Colano over a period of Colano free or cranoba soccer school as a former or nimti born on nimbo and yet Yeligi Nanada could have listened to a lot of your commentaries. Play a ball team I can see me Bobby India. Now first touch cry a problem. Decision making a problem. What am I gonna say? Because problem no free as you. Why not it no?
Yeah.
So the training is going to continue for 275 coaches. It will be annual to obtain like so over a period of time. Almost all the secondary schools in Ghana have trained coaches who are PE teachers. Because your boss getting cycle school competition at FIBA, but while share Kolana, I say almost 2 points, but only portion I don't know yana family, but on the proper training. So we'll train that. The Ghana football has said every president, Mr. Ket, yes, okay, was at the lunch. Now, Mr. Speaker,
has he bought into the idea of the speaker?
Very excited, but the FA is supporting the project. The academy, the FA, every president medical, they are supporting it. They want to be partners in this. I mean, from day one, every president was excited about it. And look, he's been, Mr. Speaker has said he's met him, they've discussed it. So, look, before the thing came out, a lot of work has been done by Mr. Speaker himself. And every president was there to throw his support and was excited about the project and the fact that he's ready anytime to give all the needed support that it deserves. So, everybody that matters is involved.
So, why was the game postponed? Because Mr. Kanyami had me feared Nanka. DNSC.
Oh, well, and yeah, we be at that. I think there was a BB or say, Mr. Speaker, Sam Renumna. I'm saying, communication, I meant them, but and there was an emergency thing he has to do. And then the clubs also, don't forget that, clubs went for the clubs were in Parliament the first time, the second time, those for the meeting of postponement. As MD was there, was presented by that. So the decision for even the postponement on the 17th of July was done together with the clubs.
Okay, so that is where my next question comes in, because I've also been in discussions with the teams, especially their technical teams.
Yeah.
As for to say, a difficult maomu because on pre-season as in August. So oboboni we are. And also some breaking crown. Momu coffee. Now Daben Ombebano was started prison. Did they bring any counter proposal that they want you guys to play it in September?
No. So like I'm telling what transpired in the meeting, that did not happen.
September beyond.
If you realize that even the release from Parliament was delayed. You realize that it was Hasvok and Kotokoda started posting the new date.
About the new date.
Yes.
Let me tell you what first.
There was a reason for that because I mean, so there was nothing like. And in any case, Nana Darkwa, we are in a country where there are sometimes, sometimes we forget. Listen, Mr. Speaker could have said, which speaker has even done this one? We could have to turn baby. People must always sacrifice for better goods to come to the bigger people and everybody to enjoy. That's how life is. Everywhere in the world, every success you see today, people sweat and sacrifice. They don't even benefit. If you go and watch the video on the American Dream, the people who work on a plantation and suffered, are they the ones enjoying today? So everything successful, you must have sacrifices. Yes, I understand what you are saying. I appreciate it. And I must be grateful to the two clubs because Nyokan and Ukraine. But I must also appreciate the bigger project. And then in the long run, they will, in the future, get players from this Soccer School of Excellence to play for them. But we need some sacrifices and compromises to be able to get the better good. So it's always very important. Once I appreciate that, and Mimi can say, look, I'm very glad, said the two teams, even though I've been inconvenienced, but I share the bigger picture. So I hasn't got a company for the my idea.
But Jumbo Muska.
Oh, those arrangements are things
confidential between you and the clubs.
You know me, I will not put it out. If the clubs want to put it out, fine. But you know,
but almost supporters, they don't say, "Oh, Nana."
The clubs.
Mr. Jeffrey, I bet now
the point is that the clubs, the management run the club. So if they deem it fit to inform the club.
Now more organized there, no. Then I'm more clubs, no.
At the end, we are organizing it for Parliament. Please, let's get it clear.
Then a Parliament.
And your event is the parliamentary event. We are organizing it with our expertise to support that. Do you understand me?
Yes. Sir.
So here, the end is to make sure we advise us how it should be run.
Are they getting financial reward from what they are going to do? The two clubs.
Well, I don't think there's any reward better than the winner going to the US.
I want to compare them, because we not go America.
Yes.
Okay,
play this United. Well, this is a different thing, so I'll not talk about that.
Any EPC, Adano, a Unia, a friend saying GTA boss no.